This is John Young with DJNTV, and tonight I've got Alex Taylor. Alex is from DJ Event Planner, and he is, well, I would call him a Facebook almost expert. He's like that close to being an expert. Say hello, Alex.
Hi there, guys. Hi, John.
Yep, and as you might notice that Alex is, he has a little bit of an accent. He's from the east side. Well, maybe a little bit farther on the east side. Alex, where's home for you?
I am from a little town called, well, city called Portsmouth, and it's on the very, very south coast of England.
Cool, cool. And of course, we're friends. Alex is a friend of mine, so I've seen pictures of the area over there. Kind of different than our Minnesota weather right now, where we're at. Well, today we're above zero. Yay!
Yay!
But yeah, it can be crazy, crazy stuff up here. So, but what Alex and I are going to talk about today is we've had a lot of questions about Facebook. The guys doing different things. And we're just going to cover some of the questions that I've gotten from Facebook or from guys wanting to know more about it. So, first off, Alex, one of the areas guys are wondering about is business page and personal pages. It's kind of a peeve of mine for guys who are using that. But what kind of things can they get by having a business page that they can't get when they have a personal page?
Okay, so for starters, a profile page, so a personal page, you have to friend them. So some people are a little bit funny about friending people, whereas with a business page, it can be liked. It can also be liked from outside of Facebook. So you don't actually have to be within Facebook to like a business page. However, you have to be within Facebook to friend someone.
So let's look at that a little bit more. When you say you can be outside, so is that what? Say if I've got my blog and I have like the little like icon, or get it set up and coded properly. Is that what you're referring to?
Absolutely. You can put a like button straight on your website for them to like your page from your business website.
Okay, cool, cool.
The other thing as well is with a business profile, you've got a load of extra tools for promotion and seeing how well your business is developing on the social side of things. For example, you've got Facebook Insights, you've got Facebook boosted promotions, you can boost posts and images, and even run little quizzes and apps within your page.
Cool, cool. Let's take a look at where you started there. You mentioned boosting and promotion. Let's kind of talk about that. I've seen two different ways, we'll call it. Maybe there's more variations, but you can boost a post, or you can actually create an ad for a post. What can it tell us? What the boosting a post? What does that involve, or what's up with that?
So when you boost a post, basically you're engaging your community. You're doing something, say for example, you're a DJ and you want to talk about music. You found a great song that you love and you promote it through your page. If you boost that post, people outside of your page will sometimes see that within their newsfeed. And it will come up as what they call a sponsored post.
Okay.
So if you put the money in towards the boosted post, you'll get out to a lot more people outside of your page.
Cool, cool. Now, how does that differ than if I'm going, say I put up a post, put up a picture of a Christmas tree, and I want to take out an ad for that? Now, how is the audience going to differ between the two?
The main thing is, with a boosted post, it appears in the news feed. So it's actually there in your feed, which you're reading all the time with your friends. Whereas an advert will normally sit down the side of the page. So most of the time, human instinct now is to block out the side adverts.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, you know they're adverts, you just don't look at them.
Sure.
So you're kind of, I personally think you're kind of wasting money if you put it into an advert. However, for some people it does work.
Sure.
Depends on the image that you use or any type of wording, things like that. Anything that can grab their attention from the main news feed, fantastic. But for me, it's going to be boosted posts.
Sure, sure. I could definitely see that. Definitely see that. Now, and as I was looking at the boosted post area the other day, it looks like they've actually even changed that with how to select people. I don't know if you got a chance to look at that, but
They have. It's quite interesting. We've actually been using it. Well, I've been using it for my UK company over here. Just playing around, seeing what it can do. And I noticed you can now target people based on interests. You can also target people based on the pages that they like.
oh wow,
Some aspects, not all. Because Facebook have around 3 or 4 different layouts at the moment, they're not fluid with, they're not the same with everyone's account.
Ah, okay.
For example, I have 3 accounts. All 3 of them have a different Facebook layout.
So
It gets
as they're talking about rolling out and it taking time to roll out, that's what you're seeing right there.
exactly. You're seeing the rollouts as they go. Um, on one of the accounts, I can actually select what pages I want to target.
Hmm.
So I could technically directly target a competitor.
Gotcha.
You can also select things like ages and location and lots of other aspects in there.
Sure, sure.
Again, it all depends on what setup you guys have got on your Facebook page.
Sure, sure. And you mentioned age and location. For my personal DJ company, that's something I do. I used to hit a lot of the bridal shows and such. But instead of that, we started in the fall, and I had a couple of images from some of the venues that were just fabulous images. So we did the Facebook ad, and we had both the side and, I believe I could do side and sponsored story.
Yep.
And I did the ad, and I narrowed it down to within 50 miles of 2 towns that I work. Gals between the ages of 21 and 28 who are engaged and spending, gosh, I think I have a $5 a day limit. And as I've gone through, goodness gracious, I'm getting, a dozen clicks a week, not a ton, but it's costing me like $1 to $2 a week.
Mm.
And
It's
yeah, it's just been fabulous being able to tighten and mark it down like that.
the nice thing is I was just actually looking at my page now. If I went to boost a post, um, I can choose people who have liked my page and their friends,
Okay.
or I can choose through targeting. On this account, I can target based on country, age, and gender.
Hmm.
However, on other accounts, I know that you can target, like you said, via interests. And I know on some, I believe you can do it via, like you said, marital status.
Yeah, yeah, that one worked very well with that.
It's quite interesting, though, looking at this, the estimated people reach. For me, if I was to spend £25, that's around $35.
Hmm.
Um, on one of my small pages that has 140 likes, I would end up targeting around 64,000 people on a sponsored post.
Wow.
So it does give you examples on the Facebook page when you go to boost your post. It will say your targeting is very broad, try
Hmm.
narrowing down based on certain aspects. So it does give you help on there.
Sure, sure. Now, when a person's doing the boosting and different things like that, what are some tools? I mean, we can go out and do this, but you'd want to kind of hit your prime times, whether it's prime times of the week or prime times of even the day.
Absolutely.
What have you found that has helped to give you that information?
Funnily enough, I actually was reading a blog post probably about a month ago now, and it was about best times to post on Facebook. What you can do, again, this is another benefit of having a Facebook page rather than a profile. You can look at what they call insights. So if you go to your page, and at the very top, you'll see a button that says See Insights. It's a very small button just at the top. If you click on See Insights, it will load up loads of charts and information that you can use
Hmm.
to find out how well you're doing. To work out your best time to post, what you want to do, you want to click on the tab that says Posts. It will then load up a chart for the last week,
Okay.
and it will tell you the best day of when your users were online. So it will look at how many people you liked, it will look at your likes,
Yep.
and then show you how often they were online, sorry, what times a day they were online, and also what days they were online.
So it'll show that doesn't mean that they're engaging with me at that time. It's just when they're online.
Absolutely. It's
Oh
just the
wow,
most busiest times based on the people that like your page.
very
So
cool.
mine, as an example, again, 140 likes just on one of my small pages. My busiest day was Tuesday, where 122 of them were online,
Okay.
and my busiest time was 8 p.m.
Hmm.
So I know to target the most people to post now on a Tuesday at probably around 7:30, 8 p.m.
Sure, sure. Or if a person wanted to, you could put up a post earlier in the day, boost it so that boost would be going right over that time frame,
Absolutely.
and you'd have
Yeah.
your best reach.
Yeah. The other option you can do as well, this is the nice thing about having a business page. You can also schedule posts. So if your time is precious to you, you could sit there and put, say, 2 or 3 posts ready to go. And at the bottom, there's a thing that you can schedule the post. So you can set it to go out at a certain time, on a certain day, on a certain date.
Sure. Sure.
So you can target based on whatever times you find out in your insights.
Might be the best time. Sure. You won't have to sit there by the computer until 7:59. Go.
Post. Exactly.
Cool. Well, as long as we're talking about posts, another question I've had come through is frequency of posts. How, there's different theories on this. I've got some theories on this, but what have you been reading, seeing in the industry for the frequency of posts?
Again, it varies. I've noticed recently that Twitter seems to be picking up quite a bit with regards to how many times they post, and Facebook's dropping.
I would agree. I've seen some, even our Twitter account has really the connection and the shares or favoriting and oh my gosh, it's just gone crazy in the last 2 weeks.
It seems to be Twitter is just taking over massively. I've noticed with a lot of the companies that I've liked, so I like a lot of different things like music and tech companies, and I've noticed that they post generally probably around 3 or 4 times a day as a rough idea.
Sure.
Obviously not all of those show up in your news feed because the algorithm has changed slightly. Now it tends to show more with feeds from people that you've interacted with. So if you've liked a friend's post, say, a few days ago, more of their posts will start showing in your newsfeed.
Sure.
So the more people that interact with your page, the more likely it is you're going to show up in their newsfeed. So you've got to keep that interaction going for, say, all 3 or 4 of your daily feeds, your daily posts, to show in their feed.
Sure. Otherwise, you'll get lost in Facebook world, but not in the flow, which is what we used to do.
Kittens and the
things
the things that people post.
Yeah, just off to the side and not be seen at all.
Exactly.
When you're talking about engaging now, are you referring to just the other people's engaging of your posts, or you engaging with other people as they engage, or is it a combination, or what's the thought?
It's a bit of a combination. With the whole new reply feature on the business pages, what that is if you do a post and someone comments on that post, you can reply directly to that comment instead of just writing another comment underneath.
Okay.
So that person who's interacted with your post feels you're replying directly to them, adds that interaction. But Facebook, I believe, also monitor that interaction.
Okay.
So you can see there's interaction going on more and more. So if you interact more with people, that gets them interacting more with you, which means that your posts are going to show more likely.
Sure. So just this ongoing building machine, really.
Exactly. It's like having a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Just in Facebook world. Which I think is a little bit easier than Twitter.
It is, yeah. It's very, very tough, but yet Twitter, it has its place, and it's really been strong here in the last, again, few weeks. Cool.
It's good. It is good, but it has its place.
Yeah.
140 characters, can't really get much out on that.
Yeah, not so much. Barely get warmed up at 140 characters. So
exactly.
So another part of your work with DJ Event Planner is you are the Facebook app guy.
I am. So yeah, I deal with all of the Facebook app side of things on our systems. For example, we've got some premium apps which are actually being redeveloped at the moment, and hopefully we should have those starting to roll out in the next few days.
Sure.
Again, if they visit our Facebook page, so facebook.com/DJ Event Planner, you can find out more on there. We also have a free app as well, which we've actually just recently redeveloped, and it's called the Most Requested app.
Oh, yes. I have it up on my screen right now.
Excellent.
I wonder if I can. This is quality video right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn you around to see the screen. If we can do that.
There it is.
There it is. So tell us what we're seeing here, Alex.
Okay, so what you're seeing there is basically the most requested songs from the DJ Event Planner system. This is a worldwide list, so it pulls everything from the UK to the US. However, because DJ Event Planner is predominantly US, this will predominantly have US songs.
Sure.
And you can select from decades, so you can select the top 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s, and so on. It will load up the album cover, and you can see here in the 80s, you can see that most people in an 80s genre have picked Journey, Don't Stop Believing. The nice thing is as well, you can preview the song. We've added an in-browser preview, so you can actually listen to the song within your browser. You don't have to go off to it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
If you prefer to, though, we have left the listen on Amazon, iTunes, Rhapsody. We've left those in there so you can go off and have a listen or buy them via them as well.
Sure.
One other thing we've added as well is the new iTunes music chart. So what this does is it pulls the top iTunes video charts. This was a little something we've been playing with for a while, and we know not everyone does video DJing. However, it's a nice touch. You can then offer your clients a little extra something to visually stimulate them and get them back to your page.
Very cool.
So that's really annoying, though, the fact that What Does the Fox Say is currently #1 in the list.
Yes, it is. And of course, if I want to, I can. Oops, I don't want to do that.
You can play it away.
I can play it right from there and be able to see the latest songs there right from iTunes. Cool.
Direct from iTunes. Obviously, you've got your headset in, so people won't be able to hear that, but that will play out through your speakers.
Yeah.
Just a word of advice to anyone using Internet Explorer. This will only work on Internet Explorer 8 and above.
Oh, sure.
If you're using an old browser, you're going to need to update.
You're missing 2/3 of the internet if you're using an old browser.
Exactly.
So I'm looking here, and you got one of the tabs is wedding dances. Oh, sweet. Look at that. Introduction, first dance, the whole 10 yards right there.
We've given you basically the top requested in certain genres of wedding dances. So, yeah, you can go cake cutting, bouquet, couples dance, and so on. Again, it pulls straight from the database, and it will just be updated as it goes.
I'm going to just turn this around here, get us back. So this is, of course, one of the apps that you put. How much time does it take to put an app together, a Facebook app, like something, even maybe not even as difficult as this, but I mean, is this quick? Is it days? What is that?
As it's solely me that develops the Facebook apps, I would love to say I'm that brainy that I can do it within a day. Fortunately, Facebook rollout code updates, I would say, on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Weekly basis. So on average, that app there took me probably about 3 weeks.
Oh, my.
Just purely because of like other aspects such as running DJ Event Planner, running my companies here in the UK.
Sure.
Having a social life.
What's that?
It's a social life. And obviously building things like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it varies. It varies app to app. For example, the premium apps, we've just done I'm currently rebuilding those at the moment. Like I said, due to be rolled out in the next few days, hopefully.
Sure.
But they've taken around, with bug fixes, beta testing, I would probably say around 3 months.
Jeez. Wow.
And that's just for 2 apps.
2 apps, and then during that time, as we all have seen, Facebook changing their stuff, so
I have to play catch up.
It's literally, one step forward and a half a step back, I bet.
Exactly. I started these I restarted the apps in, I think it was the end of September, beginning of October.
Okay.
I had pretty much got there by middle of November.
Mm-hmm.
Bang, Facebook code update.
Oh, no. Oh,
so
no.
It was, right, let's carry on, we'll fix this. And I had a 2-week cruise booked in December, so that kind of delayed everything again.
Sure.
And we're now at, the beginning of January. We're pretty much ready to go.
Nice.
As long as Facebook don't roll out another big update.
Precisely.
So thankfully the new apps we'll be ready for further updates from Facebook from now on, though.
Nice, nice. And speaking of the things will be ready and ready for our February trip. You're going to be coming over to see us in February, from what I've heard.
I am. It was 2 years ago I came over to you guys for the first time. Absolutely loved it. Last year, DJ Event Planner on the stand for Mobile Beat had Eric and James, I believe.
Yep.
This year, I'm coming back.
Nice.
This year, I'm coming back. It's going to be good. I'm going to be there all of the trip. So I think it's the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep, Monday. Yep, it's 4 days of
Thursday,
the
4 days.
seminars, and it's
Yeah.
3 days of exhibit hall. We start the exhibit hall Tuesday at 4 o'clock. But
Yeah.
during the day, there's going to be some special things. You're going to be doing some special training for some of the users, aren't you guys?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to divulge this info yet.
Ah,
I'll give you a little sneaky chat about it. We do have some things lined up. Best thing for users to do, or potential users, keep an eye out on the Facebook page, facebook.com/DJ Event Planner.
cool.
I can't confirm anything as of yet. I can tell you we do have a very nice little surprise for one of the evenings. That's all I can tell you right
Yeah,
now.
I think that's probably a safe thing for us to talk about.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they need to keep an eye. And what is the Facebook, the DJ Event Planner Facebook? That's facebook.com/DJ Event Planner, right?
Exactly that. Or they can go to www.djeventplanner.com and you can find all the links on there as well.
Yeah. And if they follow you there on the Facebook page, they will find out anything that's going to be happening in Las Vegas.
Exactly. Come over to the page, like us, we'll show up in the news feed. If we don't, come and look at the page.
Yeah. Look at the time or two.
So we start showing in your news feed.
Yeah,
See?
exactly.
All it's out.
Yep, just a link here, or a like there, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Well, cool. That sounds great. Really excited to see you again, Alex. It's been, as you say, 2 years, and
Yes.
yeah, that's it.
And this time as well, I get to visit you guys in Minnesota.
Yeah, so we're ordering up some nice weather.
I hope so.
We hopefully got through that 20 some below stuff this past week. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. So
I hope so. However, one thing I do want to try: blowing bubbles and seeing if they freeze.
my kids are doing that, and yes, it does work.
In the UK, we don't get weather like that, so I can't test that theory.
Well, we'll keep enough cold for you to test that theory. So.
Excellent.
Very good, Alex. I thank you for your time, and we'll see you at Mobile Beat 18 here in just a few weeks.
Great chatting to you again, John. And yeah, I will see you in literally 3 weeks' time.
Sounds great. Take care, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is John Young with DJNTV with our Facebook chat tonight. Good night.